topic, man. The NFL Top 100 just wrapped up, and there's been a lot of conversation around this one, man. For anybody who live on the rock, this is not a list that's like when put together by beat writers. This is a list that's put together by the players. And there's any proof that players have CTE is this list. Number one, DJ Moore did not make this. What are we doing? DJ Moore not a top 100 player in the NFL? Get out of my face. Aaron Rodgers was 92. He had 4 snaps last year. 92. What are we doing? Like, this is not a legacy award. This is based on each year. Stop it. He shouldn't be on there. L'Jarius Sneed, who was part of that Chiefs defense that pretty much carried them last year, he's not on the top 100. Now, I'm going to give y'all the top 10, and we're going to discuss what's the issue with this. Number 10, you got Max Crosby, who we just found out is a Trump supporter, which honestly, if you look at his tattoos, I'll be really shocked.
Are you shocked?
I'll be really shocked. No, we're not. He's number 10. Travis Kelce is number 9. Number 8 is TJ Watt. I feel like TJ Watt, as cold as TJ Watt is, he goes off name a lot. Like he getting the same thing his brother be getting. Not that I'm saying that TJ Watt ain't cold. TJ Watt is cold, but he be going off reputation sometimes. 8 a little high for me. Trent Williams at number 7, who's still trying to get his money. Number 6 got Chris Jones from the Chiefs. Number 5, Myles Garrett. This is where it gets blasphemous. Number 4, Patrick Mahomes at 4. Look, man, I'm gonna keep the team list before I go in. Number 3, Chris McCaffrey. Number 2, Lamar Jackson. And number 1, Tyreek Hill. I'm gonna say this: all 4 of these men are deserving to be in the top 4. It's the order that pisses me off. I don't care. I'm not saying that they got to be number 1 because it fluctuates from year to year. I get that. Tom Brady won 1 every year. Aaron Rodgers won 1 every year. Peyton Manning won them. I don't think Peyton Manning was 1 because when they started doing the list, the nigga was washed. But number 4, I don't care what NFL list you do. Mahomes shouldn't be number 4 on anything. I think you just feeding to the fire. You already got rookies on the Raiders calling this nigga Kermit that he said which will be addressed in due time. If you are a gambler, make sure you gamble October 27th, I think it is, when they are in Allegiant Stadium. Put up 5 touchdowns for Patrick Mahomes. That might be the easiest money you ever made in your life. Chris McCaffrey is great. He should not be over Patrick Mahomes. I don't even have a problem with y'all having Lamar over Pat based on last year. I love Tyreek Hill. I think Tyreek Hill is great. Number 1 to me is crazy. I'm sorry. If we're going to have any wide receiver being number 1, I know he was hurt last year, so I get that Jeff number 1, but Tyreek Hill number 1 is kind of crazy. And you see a lot of players out here being mad about it. Oh, Jalen Johnson didn't make the top 100. Jalen Johnson actually told us, the media, that it was bullshit that he didn't make it. And he said, how did Aaron Rodgers make it? And he didn't even play last year. So there's been a lot of heat towards this list that we haven't really seen towards past years. So what you feel about the list? Do you have a problem with how it's put together or anybody who was snubbed?
So one thing, apparently the players voted in November, like early November. That's why the rankings are what it is. So that's why the players did that. Number 2, once I saw Kyle Hamilton was number 43, I stopped paying attention.
Yeah,
because ain't a safety in the league better than Kyle Hamilton. Number 1, number 2 is just like 43 is crazy to put Kyle Hamilton after what he did last year. You're insane. So these lists are just nonsense, man. It's, again, like I said, lists are just meant for people to get pissed off at. Because you're not going to make anybody happy making a list of 100 players in the NFL. This is not going to happen. Some players deserve to be where they are, but again, Tyreek number 1 that's egregious, but it just is what it is.
And you know what else is egregious? The NFL not putting these joints on their YouTube. Y'all keep trying to bait me into buying NFL Plus. And I don't have a problem with buying NFL Plus. It's the fact that the app is shitty. Like, if anybody uses NFL Plus, it is the slowest app I've ever used in my life.
It's a bad app.
Get it together. Courtney, what you think about this list?
The only thing, obviously, we can get in there and nitpick the order of certain things, but the only thing that really does it for me is that it is voted on by the players. And who am I to tell the people who literally week in and week out have to literally see with their own 2 eyeballs and use their body to play them that they're wrong, that's my only thing. I can't tell them that, okay, you think Lamar is better than Pat? I mean, I disagree, but if you said it, you said it.
Y'all giving that light-skinned nigga. Oh, by the way, I know it's kind of off topic. I saw some Instagram that's on Pat Jones had me dying. So Shedeur Sanders has a podcast. If you need any more heat on Colorado this season,
What does he talk about?
Shador has a podcast. Well, I don't know. He had this first episode had his brothers on there, Shiloh and Deion Jr. By the way, happy birthday to the GOAT Prime 57th birthday today. Happy birthday to the GOAT, one of my favorite players of all time. I had a Baltimore Ravens Deion Sanders jersey, nigga. That's how big of a Prime fan I was. You couldn't even buy that. I had to get it personalized on NFL website. They didn't sell number 37 Deion Sanders jersey. That's how big of a Deion fan that I was. But yeah, Kyle, that's a good point. Some of the worst evaluators of people play the game, and we'll get into inside the NBA in a minute. Shaq and Chuck are some of the greatest players of all time. You can't tell me them niggas watch the NBA. But when it comes to what happened on the podcast was they were talking about they were talking like some high school quarterbacks. And Shador told this one high school quarterback, man, you kind of remind me of a mix of Caleb Williams and Patrick Mahomes. He said, you be like the black Patrick Mahomes. When I tell you, I fell out. When he said, you be like the black Patrick Mahomes, I was dying. That the nigga did not address his ancestry whatsoever, man. That had me down. But y'all gonna keep pissing this light-skinned nigga off. That's why if anybody watch quarterback, the man ain't right in the head. I asked him a question last year when I did the Chiefs game. And I asked him, does he like playing the Bears? He looked at me, he gave me the Kobe stare. Like the nigga looked at my soul and told me, yeah, I look forward to it every time. I definitely look forward to putting up numbers. Whatever the quote was, it's on my Instagram. But the nigga's a psycho. So stuff like this, and you already got Travis Kelce liking it and putting comments like, they're gonna be thinking about that. Dante, I know list, but what do you think about this list?
I mean, lists are made to get you mad. Like they're going for the outrage here. They knew people were gonna have feelings about it, especially the players who were snubbed. And if you notice, a lot of players that were snubs, they from fan bases that are very active online. So I mean, they definitely knew what they were doing with that shit. So I didn't really take too much account. I think the NFL is one list I definitely don't even look at. Like the NBA list, I may glance at it every once in a while. I feel like the baseball has the best list because they usually just do it by position. And, it's hard to argue with the way that they do it. But when you get the players voting and shit, this is just a further proof that, I hear you, Courtney, but at the same time, just because you played don't mean you know what you're talking about.
Hey, that's fair. That's fair.
People have their biases and shit. It's just like with some of the great basketball players who comment on today's game. It's like, it's all right, nigga, you just hating. Like you got your guys you like, your guys you don't like. So with lists like this, they're banking on the outrage to get everybody talking and to, like we just said, stretch out headlines. That's what the NFL wants.
And paper on these player haters, old news, money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna